The Washington Commanders are one of my sleeper teams heading into the 2023 NFL season. And I'll tell you why that is in a second, but super quick, massive shout out to King Boss Devin for the suggestion of today's video. Go drop him a sub, their link is in the description. And if you want a shout out just like that one, all you gotta do is like, sub, and let me know what team to do next. And when I pick your comment, I'll of course give you your shout out, rebuild the team you want me to, and it helps me know what y'all want to see. So it's a win-win-win. But let's shoot for a super easy 100 likes, and if we can hit that, I will have a very special rebuild out on Sunday. And of course, still trying to hit 3K by the end of the month. We're very close, only like 50 away, so if you're not subscribed already, be sure to do it, because rebuilds are like all I do, and if you enjoy them, I think you'll enjoy these videos. But last thing, turn on notifications if you want to be guaranteed that you'll never miss one of these videos. But that's enough plugging, and let me tell you why I think this is a very underrated team. So let's start with the receiving core. Terry McLaurin, obviously very underrated receiver, I guess you could call him that, has never had good quarterback play in his career, but he could potentially be getting that this year, depending on how either Sam Howell, Jacoby Brissett, or whoever they play at quarterback plays. He could finally have like a big breakout year. You also have solid players like Curtis Samuel. Jahan Dotson was solid as a rookie. I even like Diami Brown. He's kind of the odd man out here. I liked Dax Milne coming out of college. I think that's who, like, didn't Zach Wilson fuck his mom or something? Isn't that what happened, or am I crazy? I think there was some connection there, but I don't know. Zach Wilson will forever go down as a legend in my eyes for that move alone. Obviously, the big question with this team is what are they going to do at quarterback? I really loved Sam Howell coming out. He was like borderline my QB1 in last year's draft, and then they got him in the 5th round. He's also a very underrated runner of the football. He runs very like aggressive, I guess. I don't know if this scheme has quarterback running at all, but in real life, I could see him being a decent runner too. Your running back room is solid. Brian Robinson, obviously good comeback story last year. Antonio Gibson is he looked really good his first year or two and then kind of fizzled out a little bit. Tight end is kind of a concern. Logan Thomas is getting older and has had injury concerns as of late. John Bates is fine, but he's not very athletic, so he's not really going to turn into anything special. The offensive line here is solid, but it does have injury history, and we don't really have the best depth in the world, so we'll have to see what happens there. But overall, the starting group is good there. And then this defense is pretty nice. Maybe the best defensive line of all time. Maybe that's a bit of a stretch, but it is loaded. If healthy, of course. Chase Young, obviously very high pick. Hasn't really worked out yet due to injury, but has been good when he's played. Jonathan Allen, like a top 3-4 defensive tackle in the league. Maybe like 6 now that Williams and Dexter Lawrence really broke out. Deron Payne, I wouldn't have re-signed him just because, like, you're gonna need to pay Sweat and Young in the future, so I wouldn't have done it, but he's a good player. I'm just worried you're not gonna have any money left. I also like Kyle Fuller. That's not who that is. That's Kendall Fuller. I'm stupid. Cam Curl's underrated. Your linebacker room needs help, but Jamin Davis could finally have a big breakout this year. He was solid last year. I like Derek Forrest too. Overall, this is just a really nice team. I would say the biggest concerns are like corner depth, I guess. Linebacker, definitely. And then like tight end. And I guess QB is technically a question mark, but I'm confident with these two here, one of them will be good. And how could you forget about the legend, Jake Fromm? But overall, I'm very excited to see what we can do with this team. So with that, let's get to the midseason point of year number 1. At the midseason point of year number 1, we're only sitting at 3-4, unfortunately. But I mean, honestly, that's fine. We still have a lot of holes. We're not the best team in the world yet. We're only a 79 overall, but I was still hoping for a little better. Oh, I think I see the problem. Nice, but also I think this is the worst season I've ever seen from a quarterback at the midseason. Yeah, that's not great. Jesus. Montez Sweat already has 7.5 sacks. Chase Young already 5. I'm wondering if we're gonna need to change the offensive playbook sooner rather than later, because I'm gonna be honest, I just used him in like a fantasy draft league league and I took him and he was really good. So I know he can be good, but he's not playing like it. Also, I just noticed if you look up at the GOAT Mikey McDingle, where it says Commanders goes out of the little box, like Commanders coach, that goes out of the box, whatever. Who cares? In terms of re-signings, we literally have like nobody. I guess we could re-sign Khaleke Hudson if we want to. Okay, he takes it, he re-signs. But yeah, I mean, there just isn't really much for us to do here, so let's get to the end of the year and hope we can develop and finish a little better. At the end of year number 1, we finish 9-8, somehow making the playoffs after our quarterback had a 6-9 touchdown interception ratio at the midseason point. That's not fun. Also, I said 6-9 and ratio in the same sentence. That's interesting. Sam Howell was terrible. 4,500 yards is good, but only 24 touchdowns, 19 interceptions. I mean, that's better than he was on pace to do, but still bad. Maybe we won't commit to him long term. We'll see. Brian Robinson finished with 961 yards, 9 touchdowns, only 3.6 yards per carry though. Gibson with 4 and 9 touchdowns. Maybe he's the right move, I don't know. But Robinson's more fun, so we'll stick with him, at least for now. Terry McLaurin, almost 1,300 yards, 9 touchdowns. Curtis Samuel even hit 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns for him. Logan Thomas was our third receiver with 964 yards, 5 touchdowns. Jahan Dotson, 800 yards, 5 touchdowns as a rookie. Ugh. Our interior was really good this year, but our tackle duo was terrible. Yikes. Khaleke Hudson led the team with 120 tackles. That's surprising. Cam Dantzler and Jamin Davis had very similar stat lines. Both had 107 tackles. Tackles for loss, Jesus Christ. 24 for Chase Young, 19 for Jonathan Allen, 14 for Montez Sweat, 10 for Daron Payne. And then sacks, 12.5 for Montez Sweat led the team, 10 for Allen, and 9 for Young. Only 1 for Payne. That's interesting. Interceptions, 3 for Jamin Davis. He had a really nice year overall. 3 for Cam Curl as well, 2 for Khaleke Hudson and Benjamin St. Juste. Khaleke Hudson had an even better year than Jamin Davis. He was a monster. And then 1 interception for a few players. So overall, our offense looks like it was very disappointing, but our defense might have been solid, as you would hope, with probably the best defensive line ever. 23rd in points scored, 6th in points allowed. So yeah, that's how it was. Terrible offense, but good defense. Lamar Jackson wins MVP, which it seems like that normally happens now, which is very interesting. He's just suddenly good in my rosters. I don't know. I didn't like change his dev trait or change his overall or anything. Like, I don't know why that is, but it is what it is. Oh, it's probably because they have Odell now. That definitely helps. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Offensive player of the year goes to the white boy Cooper Kupp. Zeke on the Bears. No Commanders. Defensive player of the year goes to Aaron Donald. No Commanders, surprisingly. I'm surprised Chase Young didn't make it. I wish that could have been Montez Sweat, not Josh Sweat, but it is what it is. Drake London wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. That's interesting. Sam Howell at number 7, Dotson at number 9, Robinson at number 10. So 3 players up there, but nobody really even close to winning it. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Aiden Hutchinson and Malcolm Rodriguez at number 2. So the Lions apparently did very well this year. Well, they went 6-11, but their rookie class did well. Quentin Lake. I like Quentin Lake, but good lord. No Commanders up there, unsurprisingly. So overall, I mean, it wasn't a great year, but we made the playoffs. So I honestly almost forgot that we made the playoffs. I'll show y'all a quick look at the team before we get into the wild card against Offensive Rookie of the Year Drake London and the Falcons. But I mean, yeah, overall we're looking pretty solid. We have Robinson up to an 81, Sam Howell up to a 71. Hopefully Khaleke Hudson can get star development. He definitely deserves it. Hopefully Jamin Davis can even go up to superstar. We'll see. But with that, oh, I guess we have a scenario first. First of many, who cares? Always gotta play it cool, you know me. And with that, let's jump in against the Atlanta Falcons. Actually, you know what? I completely lied. It's only year 1. We're probably not gonna win this game anyways. If we do, cool, but we're probably not winning the next one anyways. So let's just simulate this out and see if we can get a win. And we don't. We lose 23-21. I don't want to waste y'all's time because, I mean, we probably weren't going anywhere in the playoffs anyways. So with that, let's get into the offseason and let's make this an actual legit team. In the Super Bowl, we actually have a rematch here from the Super Bowl in 2020, I think it was. The 49ers take down the Chiefs 24-17. Don't love to see that as a Seahawks fan, but thankfully it's just Madden. How could I forget to talk about the GOAT, Rashad Wildgoose? That's one of the best names ever. Also, I've been wondering, how the hell do you say this name? Benning Patoe? Commanders fans, if you know, know, let me know, but that's just my guess. Oh, and the GOAT Cameron Cheeseman, of course. Who could forget him? What was the story with him? He was drafted. He was doing something while he got drafted because he completely just didn't expect to get drafted, but the Panthers took him. And there's like a video of the phone call and everything, which is apparently wholesome. I don't know. I don't remember. But like he was one of the old Panthers coach's players at Baylor, I think. I don't know. I'm sure nobody cares. Let's get back to the rebuild. In terms of re-signings, I mean, it's still the same players here. I'm good on everybody here. I actually do want to check though. Did we get any dev ups? Oh god, I was like, what happened to Sam Howell? He changed a little bit there. But on offense, I don't see any dev ups here. And on defense, okay, Khaleke Hudson did get star, which is nice. No superstar for Jamin Davis, but that's fine. Chase Young did go up to X Factor, which is crazy. And then I think that is all the dev ups here. Yeah, I don't think there were any on offense, but I didn't really expect any. Maybe Curtis Samuel, but that's like it. But as per usual, I don't think I'm going to do much here in free agency in year one. We could look for a tackle of some sort, because I mean, obviously we had terrible tackle play last year, but there isn't really anybody here we could play at tackle. You know what I could do is I could sign someone like Natani Moody and move Sam Cosmi back out to tackle, but I'm also worried that he might suck at tackles. So I don't know, because I think I remember Sam Cosmi being horrid at tackle when I tried him there. So we're not going to do that. We're unfortunately going to be boring here in free agency and literally not do anything. But that just means more money for next year, and we can have like just a massive class whenever there are good players. So sounds like a good plan to me. And let's see what we can do in the draft. So here in the draft, the Houston Texans have the #1 overall pick. So good old, I almost said Raheem Morris. I don't know why. Why can I not think of his name? It's late right now. The dude with the beard, whatever his name is. He didn't ruin the tank here for the Texans, so they end up with the #1 overall pick. I'm guessing they're gonna go Bryce Young, right? Will Anderson? That's interesting. I did a mock draft with Will Anderson going #1 overall, not because I think it would or should happen, but I explicitly stated over and over that I was just doing it for fun and that I do not think it would happen, and yet still people got mad in the comments like, oh, why would you do that? That's so fucking stupid. Like, you're a fucking dumbass. I said 40 times I do not think this would or should happen. It would just create a fun scenario. Yet still people were like, oh, why the fuck did you do that? That would never happen. Like, no shit. I said that 50 fucking times. Sometimes, dude, it just baffles me how stupid some people are, but it is what it is. I'm getting used to it, okay? I'm new to the NFL community. I need to understand that some people are a little slow, but that's okay. Anyways, there's my rant of the video. Let's get to our pick. We pick at number 20. Are you kidding me? I was thinking about going with Will Levis. Well, that will make it so we have to stick with Sam Howell, so I'm fine with that. Bijan is still available? Oh shit. Oh god. That's really, really tempting. I mean, it's not the biggest need in the world, clearly, and I'm sure Commanders fans would hate it, but that would be funny. So, do we go Bijan? I mean, he's one of the best prospects I've ever seen. Maybe the best in my lifetime. Barkley was probably the best before him, but I think Bijan is arguably better by a little bit. It's just he's a running back, so it's not as valuable of a position. Well, it's a valuable position, just it's easily replaceable. I'm trying to think of anything else that we might want to go with. All the top corners are already gone. There's still some good tackles left, I guess. Oh, Paris Johnson's still available. It's either Paris Johnson or Bijan Robinson. You know what? Let's do the fun thing. Running back play really matters in Madden, and I've seen Bijan win Offensive Rookie of the Year for the Dolphins like a million times. Let's do it. Bijan Robinson at pick 20. I know this team has needs. They're not really in a position to take a running back, but if it's a running back this good, it feels warranted. I know they have a good running back room already, but I mean, it didn't do very well last year here, so we're gonna get an upgrade in a big way. I do expect him to start slow. I don't know if he'll be great year one, but he should be good. Why do we not have any picks? Let me see what this team's picks are in real life. Hold on. Wait, they should at least have their second, right? I think I know why it did that. It's because of the Carson Wentz trade, but they just ended up giving them their third because Wentz didn't play much. But yeah, just give them both. I'm gonna steal I'm gonna steal Gardner Minshew and trade him back to him. Now it would probably be better to do that with Jonathan Taylor. Why did it give them both of the picks? That's how Madden deals with like conditional picks? That's so stupid. You're like, they'll either get one or the other, so let's give them both. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I don't want to get get rid of the cheese, man. Damn, bro, we would have an elite running back room right now. Jonathan Taylor, Antonio Gibson, Brian Robinson, and Bijan Robinson. That would be crazy. Ooh, he comes with an upgrade too. Let's go. Let's just keep him. Fuck it. Wait, which pick is ours? I think it's 52. Okay, there. Thank you very much, Colts. That's our pick. Should I trade him Jacoby Brissett back? That would be kind of funny. Ah, they're not that interested. I thought they would be because they only have Gardner Minshew. Ah, the Seahawks have Jarrett Stidham. Let's see if we can get like a 4th for Jacoby Brissett. Yeah, we'll take that. All right, cool. Give them some stability at QB. Although they probably drafted one. Whatever, that's fine. Who cares about realism anyways in a realistic rebuild, am I right? I'm sure people won't be mad about any of the moves I made. Should I go Cody Mauch? I got him in one rebuild and he was kind of terrible, but he's like the only decent tackle left, so Ooh, we could go like Julius Brents or something, or Tyreek Stevenson. I like him a lot. Yeah, let's go Tyreek Stevenson. I feel like he's a very underrated player. He'll probably go in like the late 2nd, early 3rd. I see him more as like a borderline 1st round talent. Maybe that's just me though. Let's take him. Obviously hidden dev, 91 speed, 92 excel, 69 strength. Nice. I also love how it glitched his college. I literally just created him and it already glitched it. Let's go. Ugh, Jaron Hall to the Texans. Good lord. I mean, considering we didn't have the best picks in the world, this was a pretty good draft. Obviously, Bijan was our first pick. He's an 84 overall here. The highest overall in my draft classes. I think the next highest is Will Anderson at an 80. So yeah, I'm very high on Bijan. I think he will be a monster, assuming injuries aren't a problem, which I don't know why they would be, but you never know. Tyreek Stevenson was the next pick at a 70 overall. Obviously good zone coverage, decent man. I like him a lot in real life. I put Tyler Steen at guard, which is a little weird, but it just made him a better scheme fit in a higher overall. He was a 65. I moved him to guard and he went up to a 67. So I'm like, why not? He would have been a pass blocker at right tackle and would have been a terrible scheme fit. So I was like, fuck it, whatever. Not that scheme fit really matters, but it does a little bit, I guess. I also took Mitchell Tinsley at a 69 overall. Nice. Another very underrated player. This was just the like draft of underrated players. Like Bijan, I think, well, I wouldn't say he's underrated, but I feel like he's even better than people give him credit for. Tyreek Stevenson I like a lot, Mitchell Tinsley, and then I also took Carlton Martial. I only have him at a 58. I think I'm gonna give him a dev trait though. I'm surprised I didn't give him one already. He's such a fun player. He's like 5'9", 210, and is just like a missile running around out there. He's such a fun player. I don't know if he'll ever become anything in the league, especially because he's already older, but he's just really fun. I saw something comparing him to London Fletcher, which I don't hate, I guess. I think London Fletcher was definitely like a better tackler, but it's definitely an interesting comparison. So, I mean, I guess that's a fitting team, right? But yeah, overall, considering the picks we had, this was a very solid draft. I'm definitely happy with it. Here is a look at the team going into year number 2 of the rebuild. Obviously, the big difference here on offense is that we're going to be going with Bijan at running back. The only other change here is we have Yosh Neiman at right tackle instead of Cornelius Lucas. I like Cornelius Lucas in real life, but he was awful here last year, so we're going to try something different. And then defensively, it's also pretty much the same. We just added Tyreek Stevenson. I don't think we really lost anybody major. Yeah, I think it's literally all the same, and we just added Tyreek Stevenson, so that's interesting. I also picked up Dorrance Armstrong because he was just chilling in free agency. And then here is a look at what we're doing with the specialists. So with that, let's get to the midseason point of year number 2. At the midseason point of year number 2, we are sitting at 4-2. This has been going a lot better than I expected, honestly. I expected this to be a very hard rebuild, but we finished with a winning record and made the playoffs year 1, and we have a winning record here. Will we finish with one? I don't know, but we're doing well so far. Sam Howell's doing much better here. 1,500 yards, 15 touchdowns, only 3 picks. Bijan, ew. 3.2 yards per carry. I'm going to give him traits. I don't think he has any traits. I definitely think he's deserving of those. What does it normally say? Just there's no out of 99 for his like speed stats, which are kind of weird ratings, but I did it. I don't know when I did it, but I did it. Okay, I gave him traits, so we'll see if that helps because he definitely should be doing better. Terry McLaurin has 0 touchdowns here, but 69 yards per game, so nice. Oh, we're not getting much pressure this year. Our team doesn't look like it's doing very well outside of Sam Howell, so hopefully that kind of fixes itself. We'll see. But in terms of re-signings, we have 92 mil to work with, and there are a lot of players to re-sign. First one's gonna be Montez Sweat. I definitely want him back. That's an expensive contract, 3 years, 63 mil. He is very interested, so let's see if he takes it, and he does. Beautiful. Kendall Fuller, I definitely want back, even though he is 28. We can go like 3 years. We'll try 3 years, 38, and he takes it. Cam Curl's not interested, but I definitely want him back. That's a long contract. 7 years, 116 mil. I mean, I guess. Let's see if he takes it, and he does. Okay. That's a lot of money, but I'm fine with it. He's a really good player. And then outside of that, I mean, we don't really need Antonio Gibson. We could probably find a better player than Curtis Samuel in free agency, and one that's more interested. Andrew Norwell, if he plays well, we'll re-sign him, but mostly everybody else here, I think we're just gonna let go because they're all just depth players. So with that, let's get to the end of year number 2. All right, here we are at the end of year number 2, and super quick before I reveal how we did, be sure to like and subscribe if you have not already. Helps me out a ton, and if you've made it here, it means you're enjoying the video at least a little bit, so I'd appreciate it very, very much. Of course, you don't have to, but I would very much appreciate it. And also, as always, let me know what team to do next for a shout out in the next video. But plugging over for now, obviously, as you could have guessed, Bijan has X Factor. I'm surprised I didn't give him a higher power back rating. Actually, I don't think I created these ratings. I think these are just what the original draft class creator gave him, and then I just kind of upped them all to give him the overall I wanted. So I don't think this one's on me. He has 99 change of direction. Jesus. And also, I've been trying out turning upgrades off, or like auto upgrade. It seems to work better for some reason. It seems to make the team do better. Tyreek Stevenson does have superstar as well, plus 3 man there, good lord. Already looking very nice, especially with that 69 press. But at the end of year number 2, we made the playoffs, going 11-6. Very nice. Sam Howell was definitely much better this year, throwing 4,600 yards, 37 touchdowns, 17 picks is still very high. But if that was like 10, this would be a monster season. This is still good, but that's a decent amount of turnovers. Don't love that. Okay, and that definitely did fix Bijan. He was playing very terribly, and that was not realistic, we'll just say that. But he did finish with 1,100 yards, which is solid. 4 yards per carry, which is a bit low, but it's better than the like 3.2 he was getting, and 14 touchdowns, 69 yards per game. Nice. Receiving Jahan Dotson with 1,300 yards and 13 touchdowns. Unlucky number, but apparently it was his lucky number. 1,200 yards and only 6 touchdowns for Terry McLaurin, 900 yards for Logan Thomas. He's been very good. 800 yards and 9 touchdowns for Curtis Samuel, who will probably be letting go, but that was a solid season. Oh, yikes. Josh Neiman was not a great signing, apparently. I was hoping he would do better. He was considerably worse than Cornelius Lucas, who wasn't even good to begin with. Ugh. Defensively, Khaleke Hudson led the team with 114 tackles, Davis with 112, Curl with 103, tackles for loss 11 for Allen, 11 for Sweat, sacks 13 for Allen, 9 for Sweat, 8 for Young, 6.5 for Payne. Decent numbers there for sure, but with the group we have, you maybe ask for a bit more, but it's fine. Cam Dantzler's been solid for sure. I don't know why the Vikings cut him. He definitely showed a lot of promise, but they were just like, yeah, get the fuck out of here. But he's not even listed as a starter for the Commanders, so I don't know, maybe there's something there. But he leads the team in interceptions with 4, 3 for Curl, 2 for Fuller and Stevenson, 1 for Forrest and St. Juice. So for yearly awards, MVP goes to Jalen Hurts, Taylor Heineke at number 6, Bryce Young does go to Seattle. I wouldn't mind that. Now former Commander Jonathan Taylor wins Offensive Player of the Year, but that's NFC, that doesn't matter. Offensive Player of the Year for the NFC goes to Cooper Kupp, the white boy, as per usual. Jahan Dotson at number 8. He was very good. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Aaron Donald, as per usual. No Commanders up here. Okay. Offensive Rookie of the Year does go to Bryce Young, unfortunately. Bijan at number 2. The Seahawks got Bryce Young and Zay Flowers. Oh my god. And then they went 6 and 11. All right. Quentin Johnston to the Bears. That seems a little redundant with Chase Claypool. Will Levis on the Vikings. There are some weird teams here. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Jalen Carter on the Cardinals. Could happen in real life. Tyreek Stevenson at number 3, unfortunately. So no awards here, but that's not really surprising. And wait, did I even show how we finished? I think I did. We finished 11-6 and made the playoffs. We're going to be taking on Arizona in the wild card, but I don't think I'm gonna be jumping in just yet, because it is only year number 2. I'm sorry if you enjoy me jumping in, but a bit of a fourth wall break, I just don't have time. Honestly, it's already very late. Plus 2 speed for Cam Dantzler, are you kidding me? Still only up to 89, but good lord. But yeah, I just don't have the time. So we will do that in the next 2 seasons if we make the playoffs, for sure. But now that I'm skipping these, we probably won't make the playoffs in the next 2 seasons. But we have a first of many scenario here. Gotta play it cool as always. Just kidding, let's go guarantee win. I finally whipped out the guarantee win like I whip out my meat for your mother. The Cardinals get +5 break tackle and hit power. Who cares, bro? We're gonna win anyways. I can't wait to get smoked. All right, let's simulate it out. And there's why you don't go guarantee win. That's why I never go with it. It gives them a boost. I mean, it'll give you more ratings if you win, but it'll be really hard to win. But we don't even have a good team yet anyway, so I'm fine with losing these playoff games. I don't really care yet. This is all gonna be about years 3 and 4. God, I love being the number 22 rushing offense with Bijan Robinson, Brian Robinson, and Antonio Gibson. That makes a lot of sense. But we have a Super Bowl rematch. The Chiefs beat the Eagles again with a very similar score, 38-30 over Philadelphia. Eagles fans in absolute shambles. I wonder if they got cheated again, which, hey, call me a Chiefs hater. I'm still kind of the mindset that the Eagles got cheated, not because it was a bad call, but just because they weren't calling shit like that before and then they called it. Like, there were plenty of bad things the Chiefs did too and they just didn't call them. Like, I would have been fucking pissed if I was an Eagles fan, or if that was like the Seahawks there. But I don't know, I'm sure Chiefs fans are gonna hate me for that. Whatever, y'all were the underdogs apparently, even though you're literally fucking Kansas City with Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. Y'all were definitely the underdogs going into the season, yep. Anyways, enough of making people mad. Is there anyone we want to re-sign here literally at all? No, I think we're good. However, I do want to make a bit of a rant here, like my 5th one of the video. No disrespect to Nick Gates at all, he's a solid player, and he had a really bad injury, but there were people saying he should have been comeback player of the year. Look, I get that, you know, his injury was really bad and everything, but when did comeback player of the year become like an injury only award? I'm like legitimately confused. And not to mention, again, no disrespect, but don't you have to like play well after an injury? Is it just like a competition for who gets the worst injury? Is that what the award is now? Like, I'm genuinely confused. It's like, here you go, buddy, you almost got decapitated in an NFL game. Here's an award. Like, I can't wait for Damar Hamlin to be a backup and win it next year. That'll be super cool. Again, no disrespect to Nick Gates or Damar Hamlin or any of them, but like, you should at least play well if you're gonna get that award. And it shouldn't even be about only injuries to begin with. It should be about, you know, not being good and then being good. Simple as that. Or like being injured for an entire season and then just having a monstrous season. Not like missing the last 3 games of the season and then having a monstrous season. Like, it's just so weird to me how that award has shifted to like, oh well, he sprained his ankle in the wild card game last year and he had 800 yards rushing this year. I think he deserves comeback player of the year. Like, brother, I don't know, that's just fucking so stupid to me. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna be re-signing anybody here. Nobody here really played super well for us, so let's see what we can do in the off season. Apparently I'm just in a spiteful mood today. I'm sorry for all the rants, but like I've said, a lot of NFL fans are just idiotic and completely biased. Do we just make this the best defensive line of all time? I mean, Rashawn Gary could definitely play a 4-3. I don't really think that's necessary. I mean, it would be kind of fun though. We're gonna go for a pretty big group of players here in free agency. We're gonna be going for Trayvon Diggs, Jerry Jeudy to replace, I almost said Cortland Sutton, to replace, holy shit, I'm blank, Curtis Samuel, that's his name. I'm so stupid. Where did everybody go? Okay. Hunter Henry, Robert Hunt, and Patrick Queen. We have the lead for everybody except Robert Hunt. We're only tied for the lead with him, but this would be like just massive if we got at least most of these players. So let's see if any of them sign. Everybody signs, and we get Trayvon Diggs, Jerry Jeudy, Hunter Henry, Robert Hunt, and Patrick Queen. What is the team looking like now? Oh my god. Oh, it looks like Chase Roulier retired. That's surprise. Oh no, wait, it moved him to right tackle. Wait, so we just don't have, let's just move Tyler Steen back to tackle? We'll just draft one anyways. But we're at an 85 overall already in year 3. Not even at the end of year 3. Like before before year 3 even has started. Is this gonna be like one of the best teams we've ever built? It definitely has the potential. Madden's just sick of the Patriots dynasty, apparently. They don't want to see it ever again. It seems like they always have the number 1 pick here, but we don't pick until number 23, unfortunately, and I don't know what we're gonna do with this pick. I mean, we really have one more need. I'm hoping one of the players I was looking at is available. Well, one is, but apparently he's not very good. Second to third, oh, I see why he's not very good. 24 reps on the bench. I bet we could find a receiver with better numbers there. There is a guard available, but he has F run block, which is confusing because he's really strong. Yeah, he's just a terrible run blocker, but an amazing pass blocker. There's some weird players in this draft. I mean, which one looks better to me? Maybe I just say fuck the scheme fit? Ooh, yeah, that might be the option. That might be the move. This guy's terrible finesse, but amazing power. There's nobody that's good at everything here, which I mean isn't super surprising because it's the end of the first. I guess let's go Shane Henson. He's only 6'3" though, so I guess I would move Cosme out to tackle, but I know Cosme doesn't do well there. I'm so conflicted, man. Yeah, fuck it, let's take him. He looks good. 93 strength, hidden dev. We might be able to play him at tackle. We'll see. We can stretch the realism a little bit. I mean, definitely a guard build, but I don't know. Bro, the way the announcer guy says the Washington Commanders just tickles my brain. I don't know why. That hits different, not gonna lie. This guy looks insane. We don't need a receiver literally at all, but oh my god. A 4.28 was only second, by the way. This guy looks really good. We literally, receiver is like our last need, but he looks good. We might consider it. I mean, this guy is definitely not a scheme fit, but he looks really good. Callum Woods out of UCF, 37 reps on the bench, but he's an agile player. I mean, he was really good with everything at the combine, to be fair. Very much lacking in power though, but maybe not run block power? Probably. I don't know. Either way, he looks good. Let's take him. Hidden dev, 90 strength, 81 jumping at center. We're really trying to bolster this offensive line, which I don't think Commanders fans would complain too much about that. Carl Looney? What year is it? 1947? Yeah, a linebacker who ran a 4.75 and is also weak. No thank you. Okay, this definitely wasn't our greatest draft ever, but it wasn't terrible. Shane Henson is a 74 overall, though. He definitely looks to be a good pick. Obviously, really good strength, 69 pass block finesse. Enough said, he's a legend already. I actually want to see, though, would one of the other linemen or just any other lineman there have been better? So pick 23, we got that guy. That center's a 73. That tackle's a 73. That tackle's a 73. That tackle's a 72. Adrian Beecham is a 75. That was the other other guard we were thinking about. So tough scenes there, but I mean, we still got a good player regardless. And then Callum Woods is a 71. I don't even think he's gonna start for us, so I'm not even gonna spend too much time on him. And then I just kind of took like random flyers here. Really, the only one that worked out was Quincy Perkins, but he doesn't have a dev trait. He is a 70 overall though, but he'll be like our 6th receiver. So I mean, overall, it was a fine draft. We definitely filled out our depth and got at least one starter, so I'm happy with it. Here is a look at the team heading into year number 3 of the rebuild. Obviously, we're looking very good here on offense. We really have no holes anymore. I mean, we're gonna have to see how the offensive line plays and Sam Howell, but overall, the team is looking very nice. We're up to an 83 offense, 83 defense. Here's a look at the defense. Obviously added Trayvon Diggs. I said obviously, very weird. I woke up like 20 minutes ago, forgive me. But yeah, overall, the team is looking very nice. I'm surprised it's only an 83, to be honest. But with that, let's get to the midseason point of year number 3. At the midseason point of year number 3, we're sitting at 6-1. I am really fucking glad I didn't switch away from the offensive and defensive playbooks. Sam Howell's doing amazing. I'm sure he's not gonna finish quite this well, but 2,000 yards, 16 touchdowns, only 3 picks. Bijan still isn't great. 480 yards, 5 touchdowns, but only 3.9 yards per carry. Terry McLaurin's having a monster season. Ooh, Robert Hunt is not. Our offensive line is horrible. And then defensively, how are we 6-1? Montez Sweat is doing well, but that's like it. Chase Young has 1 sack. Jamin Davis already has 4 interceptions. Jesus. Okay, so some players are doing very well, and some are doing very poorly. Chase Young is here for a re-signing, and he's on pace for like 2.5 sacks on the season. But I think he'll start doing well. It's just kind of a weird year, apparently. 3 years, 70 mil isn't even too bad. So let's see if he takes it. Okay, he does. Sam Cosme, I don't know. He's not doing very well. Plus, he's not interested. We'll see about that. Chase Roulier, I do think we will bring him back, though. He's just doing all right. I mean, honestly, our offensive line is horrible still. Jamin Davis, I definitely want back, but we can't negotiate with him yet. We honestly kind of have a lot of starters here. We have 1, 2, 3 if you want to count Tressway. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we have 7 starters. That's not super fun. We don't have a whole lot of money to work with. But I mean, that's really all we can do here in terms of re-signing. So with that, let's just get to the end of the year and let's see how this team can finish. Okay, y'all know why we're here. Here's another look at the team at the end of year number 3. And of course, if you haven't subscribed already, what are you doing? Be sure to like the video as well. Turn on notifications if you want to guaranteed catch these videos, and let me know what team to do next for a shout out whenever I pick your comment. But I'm showing the team. Y'all already know what that means. We made the playoffs going 12-5. I don't know if our team's quite that good, but I'll definitely take it. But let's check out how the team did this year. Yeah, as I expected, Sam Howell fell off in a big way. Finished with 4,200 yards, 36 touchdowns, 15 picks, which isn't bad, but that means he finished with, I guess, 20 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. I can't remember exactly what I had, or what he had. I think it was 16 touchdowns, 3 interceptions at the midseason point, so a 20-12 touchdown interception ratio isn't great, but luckily that's not what he finished with. He finished a little better than that. Bijan wasn't good. Almost 1,200 yards, 9 touchdowns, but only 3.9 yards per carry. Not great. 1,300 yards for Terry McLaurin, 10 touchdowns, almost 1,000 yards and 11 touchdowns for Hunter Henry. Jahan Dotson and Jerry Jeudy were solid. Robert Hunt was, honestly, every single one of our linemen were terrible. The only one who wasn't terrible was Charles Leno. 6 sacks at center is a shit ton. Shane Henson, we need to figure something out there, because 8 sacks at right guard might be the most I've ever seen for that position. 9 at right tackle isn't terrible. 11 at left guard is awful. So glad to see an offensive line with an average of like 80 overall is doing terribly. That makes a lot of sense. Patrick Queen led the team in tackles with 126, 111 for Jamin Davis. Tackles for loss, 15 for Young, 14 for Sweat. And sacks, you know, we've had an okay amount, but it isn't what this team would do in real life if they were all healthy at the same time. Montez Sweat with 10.5, Chase Young with 10, 8 for Jonathan Allen, 6.5 for Daron Payne. In interceptions, 5 for Jamin Davis. Only got 1 more in like 10 more games, but it is what it is. 3 for Patrick Queen and Trayvon Diggs, 2 for Derek Forrest, 1 for a couple players. Maybe we should have switched the playbooks, because we were 23rd in offensive yards. We were 7th in defensive yards. How about scoring, the important part? 14th in points scored. It'll probably be like 6th, 5th in points allowed. Okay. MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes. I see Geno Smith on the Falcons. I don't think we're going to see any Commanders up here. No. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Alvin Kamara. That's kind of a different one. It's better than seeing Cooper Kupp literally every year. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Nick Bosa. No Commanders. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Steve Maxwell of the Packers. No Commanders. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Ronnie Brooks of the Rams. No Commanders. So we did pretty terribly. Even though we were 12-5, this feels like a first round exit. I don't know how we're getting such good records and then our stats are just like, how did we have a like winning record at all? I guess we're just not giving up points. I guess that's really it. Our red zone defense is just like elite or something. But we're gonna be taking on the Atlanta Falcons again? Didn't we just take them on last year? I feel like we did, but we will jump into this one reluctantly because I don't have a good feeling about it. But we have a first of many scenario. Of course, gotta play it cool. But let's jump in here and see if we can take down the Falcons, led by Geno Smith. Here we go in the divisional against the Atlanta Falcons. It is a home game for us, of course, but I don't know how much home field advantage this really is. Hey, maybe if the Commanders were good, it would be better. I guess they're gonna have a new owner now, so maybe that'll help, but But let's see if we can get a win. No scoring here in the first quarter. We do finally put up a touchdown, but the Atlanta Falcons match that. We put up a field goal, and they match it as well. It is tied 10-10. We're driving, and we do get a touchdown. It looked like we were in the red zone like 5 different times. They get a field goal, they get another field goal, but we get a touchdown. We're up 24-16. They get a touchdown, and whoa, hold on, so many things happened there. It looked like 4 turnovers happened at the end, but we get the ball back, drive, and win. That was a confusing ending, and we win 31-29. What happened? Oh, a 55-yard run for Bijan. Okay, that'll do it. 73-0 kickoff. Wait, what happened here? Wait, I'm confused. It went from a 6-yard pass to a kickoff? Oh, that was the start of the quarter. I see. Never mind, I'm stupid. So it looks like it was just a 2-yard touchdown pass to Hunter Henry, and we just drove all the way down there. Kind of crazy. What's with the 9-8 team? And why are they always a decent overall? I don't understand it. We're going to be taking on the 9-8 Minnesota Vikings in the conference championship. We're going to have a playoff blizzard too. Don't care, didn't ask. Of course, just going to lower all the speed and movement ratings for both teams, so that's fine. Ooh, we have an upgrade for Sam Howell here, up to a 75-78 with morale though. Can't wait for him to regress after the season. +1 throw power though. Only up to a 92. Doesn't he start with higher than that? Did it just regress it? It probably did, knowing this game. That's fun. I almost just straight up simulated the game. But with that, let's jump in against the Vikings and see if we can get a win. Oh, there's the Jalen Ramsey meat pick. Go away, I don't want to look at it. Thank you. Different Rams player. Cool. Well, I guess Jalen Ramsey isn't on the Rams anymore. Whatever, that's fine. Oh, it's a home game for us. For some reason, I was thinking playoff blizzard. It just immediately made me think Minnesota, but of course, we are the better team. We get the home game here. But let's simulate this out and see if we can get a win. The Minnesota Vikings go up 14-0 immediately. Are we gonna finally score? No, they're gonna go up 17-0. Now 24-0. Well, this is great. We finally get on the board, but our offense is apparently not good in the snow. Noted. The Vikings are up 31-13 here in the fourth quarter. Good lord. Okay, I mean, we weren't the better team, but it was a home game, and we weren't that much. We're 1 overall worse. I don't know if that's warranted, but fair enough. All that just to lose the Super Bowl. They lose to the Steelers 31-24. That's a weird Super Bowl. Don't think I've ever seen either of those teams even in the Super Bowl. I probably have. I'm just stupid. But with that, let's see what we can do in the final off season. So for re-signings, who are we gonna want back? Honestly, well, we definitely want Jamin Davis back. We'll go very player friendly because it's not even that expensive. 4 years, 30.8 mil. He did get superstar dev as I expected. He takes it. You'll love to see it. And then outside of that, how has Derek Forrest been? I can't remember for sure. Either way, we might just upgrade over him. I mean, he's been fine for sure. Ooh, he was pretty good last year. 4 pass deflections, only 18 catches allowed, but it was a contract year, and I feel like that does have an effect in this game, so I don't really trust it for next year. Charles Leno does resign. It was 1 year, 10 mil. He'll probably play like shit again next year because we re-signed him. We don't really need Diami Brown anymore. We're just gonna go into free agency with a little bit of money to work with and see what we can do. Definitely losing some starters here, but I see it more as trimming the fat because it's starters that haven't really been doing a whole lot. And just out of curiosity, are there any cuts we can make here? Not really. No, definitely not. Okay. I'm thinking of a trade, and I don't know if I want to do it because I don't think Commanders fans would like it, but I'm thinking about it. But in free agency, I mean, there isn't a lot for us to look at. The players here surprisingly just aren't that good. I mean, we could look for a defensive... No, we don't need a defensive tackle. Ooh, Greg Newsome. That could be kind of fun. So here's who we're going to be going after in free agency. It's going to be Javon Holland, Greg Newsome, and Sam Cosmi. I wish I could make more upgrades to this offensive line, but there's nobody. The best one is Dion Dawkins, but Dion Dawkins, from what I remember, plays like shit in this game. So I don't know if we're going to do that, but just a couple upgrades to our secondary, which ironically has probably been the best part of our team as a whole. So I don't know that we really need it, but upgrades are upgrades, you know what I mean? Unless they play like shit, which is probably going to happen. And then Sam Cosmi is just kind of insurance in case we don't get a better player. He'll probably start if we get him, but we probably won't get him because he's not interested, which, hey, look, I would want to leave too after playing that bad here. I would want a fresh start, but I mean, he hasn't been that bad. Jesus, we've definitely had worse, but let's see if any of these players sign. So we get Javon Holland and Greg Newsome, and Sam Cosmi Cosme has about 1 million offers that are all tied. There's no way we're gonna get him. Okay, never mind, we do. I mean, I guess I'll take it. He's kind of shit, but we'll take it, I guess. Kenny Clark to the Broncos, Devontae Smith to the Vikings. I was thinking about Devontae Smith, but we really don't need another receiver. Shaq Thompson to the Chargers. I was definitely thinking about him. But either way, that was a very solid free agent class, and now we're looking pretty nice. Here in the draft, the Bears have the number 1 overall pick. We don't pick until number 30, of course. I don't even know what we're gonna draft anyways, so I think we're fine. But yeah, actually, what the hell do we want to draft? I don't know what we need. Ooh, this tackle's still available. This guy looks really good. I wouldn't say really good. He's not super strong, but he is fast. Doesn't have much finesse to his game, which is a little confusing because he isn't that strong, but he is quick, so I don't... It feels like the players are always the opposite of what they should be, but whatever, man. Either way, I think he's gonna be the pick. Offensive line has been our biggest problem, so let's take him. Hidden dev, only 83 strength, but overall, I think he'll be a good player. He did not look like his picture. Okay, shape-shifting out here, I respect it. And now, I have no idea what to do. I guess let's draft Percy Thurmond. 42 bench press reps was only second somehow. But he looks like a good run defender. I guess let's take him. He's 6'4", 355. Normal dev, but 95 strength. Good lord. We had an okay draft. I mean, Henry Nobles is a 72. Percy Thurmond is a 72. And then I just kind of took like depth players because I didn't want to have to sign anyone. We actually drafted an okay quarterback. He's a 68 overall. Probably not going to do anything with him, but he's all right. Could probably start for somebody. And then I just drafted a kicker and a shitty punter, so that's fun. Here is a look at the team heading into the 4th and final year of the rebuild. This has been a very successful rebuild, even though we have like 1 playoff win. We've still built a really good team and made the playoffs every single year. I can't wait to miss them this year. It'll be super fun. Sam Howell's only at a 72 overall. I don't know how I just switched away from that. He keeps regressing after every single year, which is super fun. I'm so glad Madden did that. Yeah, it regresses 3 fucking throw power. That can't be intentional. It dropped him from a 92 to an 89 for throw power. That has to be a bug. Why would that be intentional? That's so stupid. I get maybe awareness if you're like a backup or something, but he's our starter. Why would he randomly regress? God, this game fucking sucks, dude. Oh my god. Well, we have Bijan at a 93, but he plays like shit because Madden doesn't care about overalls. Terry McLaurin's been very good. Our offensive line is horrible. It looks good, but it plays horrible. And then defensively, we're looking very nice here as well. Obviously added Javon Holland and Greg Newsome. Cam Curl might hit a 90 by the end of the year. Chase Young's been kind of disappointing, but overall, our defense has been very nice. But with that, let's get to the end of year number 4 and see how we can do. Why the fuck is the Bears logo behind us? We're not even playing the Bears. Like, there's no reason for that. We're playing the Bills. Oh my god. Holy shit. I cannot believe how terrible this game is. Well, before I reveal how we did this year, let's take a look at the stats. Sam Howell, under 4,000 yards, 26 touchdowns, 14 picks. No, thank you. I'm okay. Thank you very much. Rushing, Bijan finished with 1,200 yards, 5 yards per carry, 13 touchdowns. He was actually good this year. Jahan Dotson was our leading receiver with 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns. Terry had a shit year. Everyone else was shit. Blocking, Charles Leno was horrible. Robert Hunt wasn't good. Callum Woods wasn't good. Sam Cosme and Shane Henson were both good though. Defensively, Patrick Queen led the team with 150 tackles. Jamin Davis with 143. Tackles for loss, 21 for Allen, 13 for Sweat. Good amount there. Sacks, 14 for Sweat, 12.5 for Young, 8 for Payne. In interceptions, 2 for Queen and Fuller, and then 1 for a few players. I probably should have switched the offensive playbook. Well, our defense was terrible too, apparently. Yeah, everything was terrible this year. I love being an 86 overall team and going fucking 7-10. Where does an 85 rank us in the league? The Ravens are an 85, the Raiders are an 85, the Falcons are an 85, the Eagles are an 86, the Chiefs are an 89, Jesus. So we're tied for like the 3rd best team in the league. Well, I guess the Bengals and Vikings are an 86. I think we were an 86 before I cut Sam Howell though, so I think we're tied for 2nd. And yeah, we go 7-10. That makes a whole ton of sense. Oh, and I haven't even upgraded the players yet actually, so we're probably even higher really. Yeah, we're an 87. Probably would have been even higher if we still had Sam Howell. God, I love this game, dude. It's so great. But yeah, that's gonna be all for today's video. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, turn on notifications, all that. Genuinely might force wins in the next rebuild, we'll see. But we built a very good roster. I'm not really even worried with how we did. We have the second best team in the NFL, and we're the Commanders, so that's a hard achievement to hit. But again, that's all for today's video, and I'll see y'all again in the next video. Goodbye.